What's going on, guys? This is Swaine and you're watching Get Wrecked on BloodyNuts.com. In this week's episode, I head to Florin MMA in Kanata, Ontario, Canada, and I sit down with Gerry Bruyer and Wes Ranger, who are both making their professional mixed martial arts debuts at Wreck MMA's Unite for Brian's fight on April the 16th. Both of these guys are new to the game, but they're definitely not new to their training, and we get a chance to see that as we watch them roll, strike, and of course talk about their bouts on April the 16th. Without further ado, let's introduce you to Wes Ranger, and we'll be back with Gerry Bruyer in just a moment. All right, we're here with Wes Ranger out of Florin MMA in Canada. Wes, how have you been today?
Pretty good.
Good. How's the training coming along?
Great. Every morning, every night.
Right on, man. Now, you're going to be making your pro debut at Wreck MMA, and you're going to be fighting, is it Albert?
Albert Chan.
Albert Chan out of Hamilton. And what do you know about your opponent for this bout?
All I can tell you is he's a Muay Thai striker, and he does a little bit of jiu-jitsu, from what I know.
A little bit of jiu-jitsu? Right on. So, since you're brand new to the MMA scene, on a pro level anyways, let's talk about your background in training for any kind of martial arts that you've done leading up to this pro debut on April the 16th at Wreck MMA.
Just kickboxing, a little bit of the ground, and Muay Thai, a lot of Taekwondo kicking and a lot of stuff like that.
Right on. Now, what's your ground game all about? Explain how the ground works at Florin MMA.
We concentrate on ground and pound before submission, so we try to wrestle, position holds, ground and pound before we submit.
Right on. Now, you're going to be making your debut at 155. How's your weight treating you right now?
My weight, sorry?
Yeah, your weight. Like, where are you at right now in the weight cutting process?
Doing pretty good, about 163 right now.
Yeah?
Not far to go.
Right on. So are you expecting to just hold that weight and just cut it in the sauna leading up to the weigh-ins, or are you looking to...
Probably stay about 160, 161 there.
Right on. Very cool. Now, have you been training anywhere else outside of Florin, or has it been strictly a Florin MMA training regimen for yourself?
It's been strictly a Florin.
Strictly Florin?
Yeah.
Right on. Now, let's get an idea of how your training actually works out per day. What is it that you do in a routine when you come into Florin's?
A lot of stretching involved, cardio. We work on our striking, and just our ground. We work our ground. So.
Right on. Now, leading out to this event on April the 16th, what does being on the Wreck MMA card mean to you as making your pro debut?
Well, I think it's awesome. It's a good stepping stone in there, and I'm just happy for the opportunity.
Right on. Now, win or lose on April the 16th, where do you look to take your career from here?
Well, I guess we'll just look at it one at a time, eh? So.
Exactly. Good stuff. Now, let's go back towards your opponent. Come April 16th, it was just up until recently that you've been fighting, it's been listed as TBA, but you now have an opponent. Has that changed your training regimen whatsoever as to what you were doing in the past? Are you focusing more on a striking opponent right now, or are you looking at just keeping things the way that you've been training this entire time leading up to the event?
Just keeping things the same, going with what I know and what I can do best.
Right on, man. Well, we look forward to seeing you on April the 16th in the ring at Wreck MMA. Is there anybody that you wanted to thank before we lead out for this episode?
Yeah, a couple of my sponsors, Connor's Irish Pub, my buddy Pat Fleming Fitness, and Don Cherry's Sports Bar and Grill.
Right on, bro. Well, best of luck come April the 16th. We look forward to seeing you in action for your first pro fight, and thanks for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thanks a lot.
And that was the world's first look at Wes Ranger. He might seem like a quiet guy, but he's going to be letting his fists do all the talking when it comes time to throw down at Unite for Brian's fight presented by Wreck MMA on April the 16th, 2010. Now let's shift over to Gerry Bruyer, who's going to be taking on a very tough Jeff Loren on April the 16th. They're going to be fighting at welterweight, and we've actually seen Jeff compete in the past at the amateur level at Hybrid Combat Promotions H1. Let's see what Gerry has to say about his training, his opponent, and of course, Team Florin having his back leading up to the big fight. All right, we're standing here with Gerry Bruyer out of Florin MMA, and Gerry, how have you been doing?
Good, man. Good, very good.
Right on. So how's the training been treating you leading up to Wreck MMA's April 16th card?
Training's been awesome. Florin's a great gym, train at. Can't complain to come here every day. Swimming when I'm not here.
Right on. Very cool. Now, You are set to be fighting Jeff Florin at the Unite for Brian's fight on April the 16th. What do you know about Jeff as an opponent?
Can't say that I honestly know too much about him. I just know that he's from Rockland. He's had a couple amateur fights, but I haven't seen a picture of him or anything on the website or anything, so I can't say I know much.
Right on. Well, we have seen Jeff fight in his amateur bouts, and we've seen what he can do in the ring, and we're looking forward to seeing what you can do as well. Now, I understand this is going to be your pro debut. Is that correct?
Yep, this is correct.
Right on. And you're going to be fighting at welterweight, 170?
That's correct.
So how's your weight treating you right now, leading down to the cut?
Well, it's dropping dramatically. As you can see, I was a little bit bigger than normal 170 guys. I had to cut a lot of weight. And right now I'm floating about 180, and I got about a month to go. So.
Right on. Now, are you looking to cut any of this in the sauna, or are you looking to just do it naturally leading up to the event?
I'm going to have to do a combination of both.
Yep.
Just to cut that 10 pounds. So.
Right on. Well, 10 pounds isn't much to lose in 1 month. You should be good to go. Now, how's your training been in the past before you're making your pro debut? As in, what kind of competitions have you been in, martial arts have you done, things like that in the past?
Well, to be honest, nothing worth bragging about. Just kind of nothing really like on file. Just kind of practicing on my own and practicing with brothers and friends that love the sport. And then trained for about 6 months on my own doing weights and cardio and stuff like that, and then came to float-ins, and this is where I really learned how to fight.
Right on. Well, I'm sure you're going to have something on file come April the 16th. That's what we're hoping for anyways. Now, leading out of the interview, is there anybody that you wanted to thank sponsor-wise?
Unfortunately not at this time, just because I have none locked in. They're all pending at the moment, so
right
can't
on.
really give a shout out.
All right, well, how about training partners, family, friends? Is there anybody that's supporting you on an emotional level rather than financially?
Well, I give a shout out to everybody here in Florin. They've been really supportive. Buddies of mine, Wes, as you know, is going to make his debut as well. We train with him every day. Great guy. Chris, massive Florin. He's given me all the help I need. Really good support.
Right on, bro. Well, best of luck come April the 16th. We know that you're going to do very well, and we look forward to seeing you in the ring for your first appearance at Wreck MMA.
All right, thanks, man.
Thanks for taking the time to sit down with us today.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Another episode of Get Wrecked on BloodyNuts.com is in the bag. Special thanks to Team Florin in Kanata, Ontario, Canada for having us by, and best of luck to Wes and Gerry in their bouts on April the 16th. Make sure that you tune in next week as we're going to be sitting down with Mark Boots Holst and Stefan Bernadelle out of the Ottawa Academy of Martial Arts, as well as Anna Barone and Craig Farmer Brown from Fit MMA for interviews and news updates. Thanks for all the support to all of our viewers. Thanks to your love, we've had over 6,000 views of Get Wrecked in the past 3 weeks. The continued support is much appreciated, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week with a brand new episode. This is the Vanilla Gorilla signing off, and until I see you again, defend yourself at all times or get wrecked.